Let's just get this thing. Cam, are you?
You are.
What is up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Coming at you live, the 10K Bets boys. We got Cam, Sammy Stats, and Mike coming off a hot Twins season opener win. 2-0 shutout. Boys look pretty good, besides getting those runs or leaving the bases stacked a couple of times. But hey, we'll take it. You're only 160. You can only go 162-0 if you win the first one. So, how you boys doing? How you feel about that first game?
I'm great. Baseball's back. It's the best time of the year. This is one of my favorite days of the year. The betting's going good, and the Twins, they look like they might have a squad.
Yeah, they do look good. Pablo Lopez looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many strikeouts? 8? Hit 8 Ks today?
8.
I'll take that for season opener.
5 innings, 2 hits, I think, a couple of walks, but 8 Ks. So, yeah, awesome.
He had 5 1/3. He did struggle with his command, but he was able to work himself out of it. So, which is awesome because he wasn't his best, and he still only didn't give up any runs and gave up 2 hits.
Yeah, let's not give the Royals are bad. The Royals are really bad. If they're going to be bad this year, the play that stood out to me that told me the Royals are going to be really bad is when we had that double play. The 3.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and the guy, I can't remember his name, but he run down first and he just stopped because someone was in his way, and it's like, you idiot! Just he's in that guy's way. He can't make the throw to home, and he ain't gonna throw you out at first.
That was a gift.
It was Melendez. He thought the ball was foul, but clearly there's 2 out, or they're the bases are loaded. You have to run. What do you?
Yes. Shit, that's funny. Yeah, I had him. I took the spread. I had -1.5, so cashed. The money line, seemed about right. What was it, -180?
140
or 140? Yeah, I got him. Can't remember. I got +110, so I got a little bit better. But
yeah,
who would have thought we would have pitched a shutout season? I mean, not really the Twins' way, I guess, especially with their bullpen. Yeah. I don't know. Especially you got Thielbar coming out. How long has Thielbar been with us?
Well, he came back, so ever since he's been back, though, he's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that Ogre's just been around and I don't know. I'm not. Sorry. What action you got, Cam?
I just hit Rangers -1.5.
There we go. How we doing, Cam? What's your stats for the day?
I am 3-0. I haven't lost a game yet. I had Braves -1.5, which was a fucking lock. It was -140, but I took it. They played the Nationals. The Nationals could lose to the Andover Aces. Shout out Sam Plahouse. And then I had. So I just had Rangers -1.5, which me and Mike were talking about this because Mike had Phillies money line, and I turned to the game and the Phillies are up by 5. I'm like, fuck. And then the Rangers scored 9 runs in 1 inning. It was electric. So that hits. And then I had probably my lock of the day was Twins Royals under 9 runs. I'm like, 9 is a lot.
The Royals, I took the over because it was so many. I'm like, because I was thinking the same way. I'm like, that's so many runs. There's no way. And I'm like, if I take the under, we're gonna score 7 in the first inning. I'm gonna be mad the rest of the game.
My wallet.
Yeah, you're welcome. Pretty much my money into your pocket.
But the Royals have a shitty offense. The Twins have a good offense, but at the same time, when's the last time the Twins put up a stupid amount of runs opening day? It's not. And Pablo Lopez, I knew was pretty good, and then Greinke's familiar with all our hitters, so I figured it would be low scoring. So I hit that. I've been on fire. We got last bet of the day. I might as well just say that now too. Astros -1.5 tonight. They started like 15 minutes ago. I haven't checked it. They play the White Sox. The Astros have won their last 10 opening day games and have covered the run line in 9 of those 10 games.
Wow. Is that partially because they're cheaters?
No.
I mean, was none of those 10 wins part when they were cheating?
Well, yeah, probably, but still, that team is clearly still good if they're not cheating and they're just
full sauce.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't wait for us to beat them at the home opener. I can't wait.
I might be in the minority. I have forgiven the Astros.
Why?
Because it is what it is. It's in the past. They're not cheating anymore, and they're still good. So they're shows to you that they're actually good.
Allegedly. I don't know about that.
What about your guys' bet? You guys all seem depressed.
Today's
I don't know. What about you guys? I've gone like 1-3. I won the Twins one. That's it. It's kind of been like blah. I did like 3 or 2 no-run first innings. They always lose. Those suck. I mean, I don't know. I can't hit those. Never hit them. I don't know why I keep betting them, but I keep losing them. So. But how about you guys?
Yeah. Twins got home, which was great. Money line -140. But then the Brewers had one collapse of an inning where the Cubs score 4, and that was all she wrote. I think that ended 4-0. So lost there. And then obviously I'm with Mike here too. Phillies, congrats though, Cam. Nice win on the Texas. Phillies, I mean, you're up 5-0 and you just have a collapse of an inning. You give up 9. I mean, you had to give up 9, because then it just totally takes you out of the game. Like, if you give up 5 or 6, it's like, all right, well, at least we're still kind of in this. But they gave up 9, and then they ended up losing by 4 or whatever at the end of the day. And then I'm on the Astros tonight, money line. Love that play. Yeah, so that's what I got tonight. But starting off a little slow here.
One thing I did forget is I did put a prop bet. I just threw like $10 at it for Correa to hit a home run because it was plus 500. I was like, fuck it. Like, if that hits, then it covers any bets that I lose. But I didn't need the insurance. Yeah. I always try to do that. I always try to throw like a $10 prop in there that can potentially cover a couple of my bets if they lose, like insurance,
Yeah.
Until they all just, and then I'm broke.
Yeah. It's insurance still, it ain't. So
True.
How about you, Mike? You seem
Right.
extra sad again.
Yeah. Hey, we got to pick the vibes up. We got to pick it up. I mean, I tailed Sammy on the Phillies and the Brewers, and then we have the Jays. The Jays are cooking right now. They got something going.
Jays have something going. 8-7 top 8.
This is
Yeah, so they just had that 2-run double. Then the double that's big.
Yep.
We need that.
That's big.
Well,
Nobody out. Let's just
hold on.
keep doing.
Let me since you guys were shitting on me, let me go onto my T-Mobile phone and then go onto the MLB app and then look at MLB TV for free, and then I can tell you the score.
Cam, they're not sponsoring us, dude. Chill.
Yeah, I'm just
Wait,
saying.
what was the plan you're on again?
I'm on the Magenta plan, bitch.
The Magenta plan, bitch.
I got it right now.
That doesn't sound good though to me. Like, I don't know. Like,
No,
I'm
not a
sold.
sponsor, but T-Mobile is the best phone provider, and the Magenta plan is a great plan.
Okay.
I don't need you to trash talk me, okay?
All right.
Hold on, I'm gonna find it right now. What am I on?
Nah. It's
And I
all
don't want
good.
to change the subject
Oh.
real quick, but did you guys see the first pitch of that Astros game?
Oh yeah, Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, with them pants. Jeez, my God. I just didn't
Well, I'm
see
gonna
that
have to
coming.
find it on YouTube now.
They had Cody Johnson. There's a lot going on in that. Like, I don't know.
Cody
I thought it was
Johnson's
game 1 of the World Series. Like, they literally had Cody Johnson sing the national anthem. They had Megan Thee Stallion throw out the first pitch, and then they had someone else come out and say play ball when we were starting the show. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like, this is like a presidential inauguration here. They're wearing the gold unis. It's like,
Cody's-
oh man.
Cody Johnson's a stud. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, by the way,
You were bragging about your
yeah,
Magenta plan, your
And I'm gonna
mom's
need you to
Magenta
put-
plan you're on or whatever.
I'm gonna need you to put some respect on my name because it's actually the Magenta Max plan. So
Sounds like a sex toy.
I mean, it could be if you want it to be.
Little sauce again.
Yeah. Shit. Hmm.
Tough selling.
Oh,
Is that all your bets, Mike? Or did you have more? What do you got tonight? Did you say more?
I didn't touch anything tonight. I'm looking ahead, putting my blinders on to the Final Four. I still got one of my futures alive. I got Miami at 60-1, so that's pretty sweet. Bet that back in February.
60-1.
Yeah, so a $25 bet could
God.
cash me $1,500. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
Damn,
You're
what
gonna
kind of
try to
couch?
do
What kind of
it?
couch you gonna buy, bro?
I don't know. A Magnum penis couch, Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about college. Enough baseball. We're gonna have that till Halloween, so we'll have plenty to talk about baseball.
Yeah.
But yeah, Final Four have FAU, San Diego State. Lions -3 right now, I think, or whatever. I don't know. I don't really like either of them. I mean, San Diego State's pretty electric, but FAU just, I don't know. They're not really doing it for me, I guess.
I like the under.
Yeah, I'll probably bet at San Diego State just because I feel like that's a sexier pick than FAU, I guess. But three is really not a huge number.
Yeah.
I mean, if San Diego State's up towards the end of the game, they get into fouls. The game will probably be decided by 3 more points more than likely. So that's what I'm taking. What do you guys think for that one?
I'm going to take the under.
Or go for it.
Sorry. I'm going to take the under just because San Diego State plays really good defense. And I feel like when you have 2 mid-majors facing off each other in the Final Four, there's going to be a lot of missed shots because it's just like neither of these teams have been here. Like nobody knows what to expect. So I'm going to take the under. And I don't like any of this. I don't like the spread or anything.
Yeah, I'm going SDSU there. Again, just a really good defensive basketball team. And, we're sitting in the Final Four here. They've been relying on it all year, and they've just been continuing to win with it. I also think FAU is a very good team. I'm not taking anything away from them. They went through hell pretty much to get here, and they just keep upsetting these teams. But I just think it's over here in the Final Four. I'm taking SDSU with the defense, and you could take a money line, but I like them with the points here, and I lean that under too, going back with the defense.
Right. I like that. No, but that was one thing I was thinking about today. Like, of all the 4 roads here, I think FAU probably had the easiest road here, right?
Who?
FAU, right? Like they had the easiest road. They took down FDU, and then
Well, yeah. So,
I'm trying to think.
They beat Memphis. They beat Purdue, or no? They beat FDU, and then they beat.
I thought they had one pretty tough.
Like Kansas State was their best win, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, they beat Tennessee, which was actually a crazy win.
Yeah.
Tennessee was on
I think
fire.
Tennessee is fraudulent. So
I do too every year, but the
You
way
guys
that
keep saying that, but they're pretty good.
the way that
All right.
No.
Made it to the Sweet 16.
no, that's a fail for them. The way that Tennessee was playing, that was a surprising win.
But so
Yeah.
to that point though, Tennessee, like another amazing defensive team, right? So like that's where you've kind of seen this matchup before. But I don't know. I'm with Sammy though. I'm not gonna lay the points. I'm just gonna take the money line there in that game. And then I mean I think 131 is a dangerously high total for that San Diego State team. So
Yeah.
definitely shade. And plus, when they play the Final Four in these giant arenas, there's like definitely an effect on shooting. We've seen that over time where just the ball doesn't go in. There's just something weird about the visual for shooters. When you have the giant, super high, tall ceilings or roof or whatever.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game. It'll probably end up being really close. I mean, just because Final Four, like Cam said, 2 mid-major teams. Neither of them have really been in this position before, so probably nerves, big crowd, big stage. The under's you're probably right. It's probably the best bet here. I mean, that's defensive teams, new stage for them. The other one, Miami and UConn. Mike with his UConn bet. I'm sure that's where he's going to be on. I think
He was in
spread's
Miami.
5.5 right now.
He's a Miami bet, not UConn.
Or Miami, sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's like 5.5 right now. And in my opinion, UConn's probably the best team that's left, in my opinion. But Miami's shown that they can play, obviously. So I mean, and 5.5 is a decent amount of points. So that's I haven't decided one way or the other, but I guess I'd probably lean Miami with the points, maybe. I don't know. If I was going to bet UConn, I'd probably just take them straight up because that big point total makes me a little nervous. But what do you guys think?
I selfishly need Miami to win because if UConn loses, I have a chance to win over at home on one of my brackets. But I think I'm going to take Miami money line just because they've proven it, and that way I don't have to cheer.
But I'll be interested to see what the odds are on that, like on Saturday. Like,
yeah,
if they get a little bigger, I mean, you might get some good value on Miami.
Yeah, maybe.
And there's no doubt that they can beat UConn, no doubt.
Mhm.
So I mean, if you get a good number there, that's not a bad one to take at all. In my opinion.
Can you imagine, like, so on Monday when, like, because Monday's the national championship, right?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So just imagine on Monday that, like, we just got done watching the Twins beat the Marlins by like 8 runs, and now we're gonna watch the college basketball national championship game, and we're watching Miami and San Diego State. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
No.
it doesn't.
No,
Why?
I mean,
I love it. I think it's great, but what the fuck?
Yeah,
well, that's the best part about this tournament. And that's what
Mhm.
it's kind of nice. Some people don't like having not like the big name, none of the blue bloods in it. I kind of like it. It kind of adds something new to it, and because like if for some reason San Diego State was playing, like I don't remember who was, if even it was Alabama who made it out of that region or whatever, everyone would be on Alabama, not even a chance.
One
Yeah.
thing,
And it's like, and little do they know that Alabama lost to FDU first round, or they did. But if they would have squeaked out a win there and squeaked their way through the rest of it, it's like
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, obviously that helped FDU a lot, not having to play a 1 seed, but
well, it was Purdue, but yeah.
or Purdue, yeah, whoever it was, that
Um,
makes sense. They're frauds, so
Speaking of blue bloods, this might be a hot take. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think if UConn wins the national championship, they have to be considered a blue blood. They've won championships before. They're always there. Like they had the last couple of years, like the first couple of years of Bobby Hurley, it wasn't great, but Bobby Hurley finally has a handle on that team, and UConn has a lot of history. I think that's a blue blood. If
yeah,
they're
they used to always be around. I mean,
Yeah.
then they kind of trailed off a little bit.
right,
Well, when was the Kemba Walker? That run?
cardiac Kemba. That was I
Was
want
that
to
the
say.
last time they made like a run?
So the problem is the reason why UConn sucked is because they were in the Big East and they went to the fucking American for no
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah,
I think it was just money, and then they just disappeared. Now they're back in the Big East. They're building back up, and they're gonna be. I think they're gonna be good for a very long time.
Mhm.
Which I actually
Sam-
like UConn. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, Sammy, Mike, who are you guys taking in this one?
So I, as well with Mike, have a future on Miami. It definitely wasn't 60 to 1. I think I got it 35 to 1 or 40 to 1. So it was like 25 for close to $1,000. Obviously, that would be tremendous. But UConn's a scary team. As far as a bet goes, I'm obviously cheering for Miami on the money line. But I actually really like this over 150. Miami is, I believe, 108th in defensive efficiency this year.
Go fucking say it, Mike.
I believe it was every game it showed that they can score. They've had some spurts where they will give up baskets, for periods of time where it's just a track meet up and down. But yeah, I think, 75 gets you home here at 150. I think it's going to be high scoring. I think UConn's going to fill it up. They've filled it up every tournament or every game this tournament. But Miami has too. Miami just beat Texas and put up, 75 plus on Texas. So yeah, I really like this over here, 150. I just don't think there's going to be a whole lot of defense played.
No chance. No, I agree with that entirely. My biggest worry for Miami is if Omier gets in foul trouble. We saw that late in ACC play when they struggled. He's got to be on the floor if they want to win, because UConn's just too good of a rebounding team and a shooting team that I think that Miami has the shooters to knock down shots, make threes, and keep up, but UConn does it on both ends. They rebound and they shoot, and it's like Sammy said, I don't expect a whole lot of defense, but we can throw KenPom ratings out the window at this point, right, Cam?
Yeah, you're right. I'm over KenPom. I think this game's going to be a blast. But do you know how fun it is going to be to watch O'Meara versus Sonogo? Like, they're just going to bang bodies the whole time.
Oh, that's another thing. Since it's Ramadan, UConn has 3 players that aren't going to be able to take any fluids or eat any food until like 7 minutes before tip-off.
Yeah.
So
is it more like Miami plus 5.5? Like, I don't know if that
Miami
changes.
first half. Look at Miami first half, maybe. I don't know. Like, that's another bet. Might be a sneaky
First
play
to 15, Cam.
First to
what are those guys gonna do? They're gonna Michael Scott carbo load the fettuccine before the game, or what? What are they gonna do? Or like, that is weird. Like, how do you even prepare for that? Like, the night before, you just like drink a fuck ton of Gatorade and like eat a huge meal and like hopefully this gets me to 7 p.m.
They said peanut butter and jelly sandwiches is what I was listening to some reporter talk about it, and they said that's what it is, because that's what digests or like goes like into their system, that they can I guess I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but it'll nurture them quicker.
But I do know it was Ramadan last weekend too, and they did do this last weekend too. So maybe they're used to it by now. I don't know. But that is.
That's a huge disadvantage, though. I mean, obviously.
You'd think, and it's 3 players too. I mean, it's not like it's like one guy. You got like I don't know if it's 3 starters or what, but I feel like it could make a pretty big difference, especially like you said in that first half.
Sonogo's
closer to tip off this time too. Like when they were out in Vegas last time, I think the game started a little bit later since there was a later start time in the first game.
But that doesn't matter because it's sunset, so it's still relevant.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but like the start time, I mean, sunset is relatively the same time, but the game started later
but not
in Vegas.
But not really because of the time zone.
It's 8:30 start time in Vegas last time, or it was like I don't know.
Because that would have been 10:30 here, so it was probably 6:30 start time there. Because it was 8:30 here. So yeah,
I remember it was a half hour. It was 20 minutes or a half hour before last time, and it's only 9 minutes before this.
I went to space camp when I was younger. The sun sets earlier in Texas than it does in Nevada. I can promise you that. I promise you.
Yeah.
No big deal. No big deal. But all I'm picturing now is those guys sitting in the tunnel, Michael Scott and the fettuccine. That's all I'm picturing now. Like, they'll be like getting ready to they'll be introducing these guys just like housing pasta before the game or something. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to turn this into a weather show, but I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. Even though that the sun sets earlier in Texas, it still shouldn't matter because there's a time zone difference. So the sun is still up for the same amount of time, right?
Yeah, it's tip-off time. It's not so relative to your if it's relative to your time zone. I think there's a half hour difference. Like it's 7:50 for this one when it was
I feel like Dave Dahl right now. Fuck.
Dave Dahl, our guy. So the game tips off here at 7:49 p.m. and that's the same time as it is in Texas. So 7:49. Yeah. So that's pretty late. So I mean, I don't know what time sunset. It's still light out now here, so I mean, probably in an hour or so. So yeah, it'll be right around probably tip off when the sun sets. So that'll be crazy. Either way, there'll be good games, something to watch. It's kind of sad college basketball's coming to an end. Kind of college. I know college baseball is a big thing for some of you guys, but I don't really watch it. So college sports are kind of ending for me in a way. So it kind of sucks. But
no, what the fuck? Well, they are ending, but Gophers in the Frozen Four. We're not going to talk about that.
We can talk about that. I'm not a huge hockey guy.
That's next week.
Do they have Michigan, or does Michigan play Quinnipiac?
Michigan plays Quinnipiac. We play BU. We play Boston, which is just an old school original. It seems like an original 6 game. It's great. That's what Ryan Carter said on the pod this week. He's like, this is like an original 6 hockey game if that existed.
Major conflict of interest there with the Twins home opener starting at 3 p.m. and we get a 4 p.m. start time for Gopher hockey in the Frozen Four. What a complete sack of garbage that is.
I know, that's why Jake's not going to the home opener now. He's like, I got everything.
I'll be there still.
Good.
That's what you got phones for. That's what you got the magenta plan for. Pull that baby up on there and
Yeah, I could be like, I got Magenta Max, bitch.
yeah, he ain't got nothing to worry about. That bitch will have service no matter what.
That's $5.
Renz,
Huh?
Renz, are you going?
Oh yeah, I'm going.
Where you? Hey, Mike. Yeah, where are you guys sitting?
I have no idea where I'm sitting.
Do I
Someone
have
else
to get
bought the
my
ticket.
ticket? I think I might have to get my ticket.
Yeah, I think you should go.
10K bets live.
I don't want to
live from right field.
Hell
I may. I don't know if it's for sure yet, but I may be sitting in the Champions Club. So
Wow.
yeah, I don't know if it's a for sure thing yet, but
Lucky son of a bitch.
You must have the Magenta Max plan.
yeah, I got some kind of plan. That's for damn sure.
Hell?
If not, like no doubt it'll either be there or it'll be like upper decks by like where whenever I sit up there, I just like migrate to the Two Gingers pub where the organist is, and I just especially on the home openers because it's cold, so I'll sit in like my seat for like the first 3 innings, and I'm like, all right, so I'll go hang out with the organist and like just drinking the little heat with it's always packed, but it's heated, so it's really nice.
I'm gonna need you to sit in that Champions Club because I'll be on 113, like right behind you. I'm gonna need you to throw up some Cracker Jacks to me every inning or some
I can do
snack.
that.
Have you guys ever sat there by chance?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is it worth it? I mean, I know it's like
No.
I have never done it. I know it's like $200 at least, but
It's more
it's
than
like
that.
free food and drink, which you have 5 or 6, 7 beers. I mean, I feel like that's like $80.
No, you're gonna be lucky to find a ticket for under $600.
Oh, it's that expensive.
It's
Yeah.
fucked.
I've
never
only been lucky enough. I've never paid for them. I've only been lucky enough to like go with someone who has them. So
Yeah.
I didn't know they were that expensive. Jesus.
I mean, the seats are nice, and like down below there, they've got like a huge spread of food. Like they got all the nice food, but then they still also have like the hot dogs and shit like that. And then it is like free. It's not all free beer, but it's like you get like the Michelob Light is for free.
Yeah,
stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome. Which is the best one you could get. I mean, that's what
that's
I drink
pretty
anyway,
awesome.
But yeah,
That's still pretty awesome.
The company I worked for at the time, I went with them and it was all free. But the problem is I wasn't 21 yet, so I couldn't take full advantage of it. But I ate like a king, I can tell you that.
Nice. I'm definitely gonna have to look into. Maybe they could play in some like the shit A's or something, and I can get a $300 ticket.
There you go.
you might be, or like towards the end of the season or something. People might just be offloading them.
I think just for the experience, I got to check it out.
Or the beginning, you might be some cheap too because it's cold.
I'd say early season hack at Target Field is actually to do the Delta Sky Club up on the second level there because that's all inside. If you're going and it's like questionable weather, $50-$60 can get you in there, and you have the option to sit inside and watch the game still right behind home plate. I did that with one of my buddies who's a White Sox fan last year. He bought the tickets and it was like $90 combined for a pair, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I think they have some nice like food options up there too, like that you don't get down low or something.
Yeah, you got to pay though. They have the carvery and they have like a special menu or whatever, but yeah, that costs money. But
yeah. Fun story about the Delta Sky Club or whatever. I sat in it the year after Paul Molitor got canned, which was what, last year? Was that last year?
That had to be like 3 years ago. That had to be like right before COVID.
I think this
is whatever year that was.
Year.
I sat right next to him during a Twins game, and I asked him, I said, oh, so why do you think he got fired? He didn't answer, just got up and left. I never saw him again.
You had the balls to ask him that?
Yeah, well, because we were like talking or whatever. I'm like, oh, what do you think of because it's Rocco who replaced him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had to have been, yeah. And I'm like, oh, what do you think? He's like, oh, he's a great thing. I'm like, so why'd they get rid of you? And he's like,
you put him on the
got up and left.
Gotta go.
I actually have a story about at the Delta club too. I was like, I must have been like 14 or 15, something like that. And we were sitting, I was with my grandpa, we were sitting right in front of like at that, back then it was FSN, in front of the booth where Bert Blyleven and Dick Bramer were.
Oh, yeah.
And I like earlier in the game, I like looked up, like I got his attention and waved at him. And then I'm sitting there watching the game like a couple innings later and I keep feeling something hit my head. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? and like Burt Blyleven was throwing grapes at my head. On my head. I turn around, and he looks at me and he like tells me to come up there and he throws me a ball. He like signed it, he dated it, and he said like enjoy the game. It's like the coolest thing I own. It's like that shit would never. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's pretty sick. Did you keep any of the grapes?
No, I should have ate them though.
Yeah, you should have. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, home opener's gonna be sweet. If we're all there, we'll have to meet up, do something. That'd be really cool. And I'm sure I'm gonna hammer that game. I'll probably hammer Twins money line. I'm assuming. I mean, probably they'll be underdogs against the Astros more than likely. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but you guys got any other bets? Sam, you got weird bets or any other bets you guys want to throw up before the weekend?
I took 2 outrights for the Valero Open this weekend for golf. One guy that was just been playing well. He's a little old, but Matt Kuchar. I took Matt Kuchar. It was like plus 10,000. So I was like, well, I know he's old, but he's been playing well. So I took him. I think he had a pretty good start to the day. Obviously, it's just Thursday, so I mean, a lot of shit can happen. But then I took JJ Spawn as well, who is a defending champ. So I went pretty light. I don't even know how much I'm going to watch with this weekend being so crazy with sports and whatnot. But yeah, I just took those guys.
I love this segment of the show because you always like pan to Sammy and ask what weird bets he has for the weekend, and it's just like, yeah, you know, I have some action on lawn darts and Wii bowling, but other than that,
yeah, it is. Well, I was going to ask you where your seats are for the Final Four. I was going to see what those are, but you didn't mention
like 7 rows up, a couple in.
Yeah. How about you, Mike? What do you got?
Yeah, honestly, I'm just in a future mode right now. The fact that Miami got this far is awesome. So I've been poking around on FanDuel. They have some college football win totals out there already, and they have Colorado with Deion, prime. It's set at 4.5 wins. So you can get over 4.5 wins for like plus 110. You're not laying any juice on that. And I get they have a tough schedule, but like with how much talent they have, I am hammering that for the maximum they will let me. So for them to get 5 wins, that's not even a bowl eligible. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. The one thing you got to remember about Colorado is they were really bad last year.
They were.
I mean, they were bad.
But he brought his own luggage, and it's Louis, right?
It's Louis.
It's Louis.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see about that.
I don't know. Travis
exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. 5 wins doesn't seem like a lot. I mean, I think they at least make it to a bowl this year. So yeah, I'm hammering that for all it's worth.
Nice.
I'm just betting on baseball every day until the end of October. So that's what I'll be doing.
Hell yeah, brother. Not much you can do besides that. Except I'm going to
bet. This Blue Jays team has no bullpen.
Seriously, what's going on? They gave up the lead immediately.
There's no bullpen on this team, Mike.
Yep. So fade. If you see an MLB pick on my Twitter, fade it immediately. Unless it's the Twins, then ride.
Or you can follow us on BetStamp, the app that we went into today. Fantastic app, by the way. And you can fade Mike on there.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
BetStamp.
Just no bullpen. All right.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Well, on that note, I guess Sammy's gonna lose it if we don't quit this. So cool. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to 10K Bets Live. We'll be back on Monday recapping all of our wins and me and Mike's MLB losses. So we will see you all then. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.